real good year, and he's been trending upwards. But yeah, this was epic, man.
Yes.
And there was a lot to be said about where he scored from. But fortunately for us, we got some cool stuff from Warrior.
Yeah.
We have the gloves. I actually have his game-used stick here.
And with that, it's time now for Breakthrough presented by Warrior. And this is where we're going to get into it, Boyle. You mentioned the gloves. You mentioned
gloves.
the
Yeah, I have a game-used stick here from Zach Hyman.
These beauties Warrior sent over
this
to it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good.
Warrior. The Zach Hyman, that's the backdoor shovel. Did he just...
Yeah, it's like a 200 flex.
I feel like you're feeding into what some people are saying. Like,
exactly.
Zach Hyman's not that good. He's the recipient on the back door from great players, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to show that, yes, he does have a shovel. He knows how to utilize this Warrior shovel with putting goals in the net.
There it is.
To the tune of 54 goals this year. But we also want to point out there's a brain behind it, too. I mean, this brain, the way that he finds and knows how to find the pockets, the loose areas, gets lost in coverage, because you have to be smart, too, because you're on the ice with Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. Like, clearly the attention is going to be to them.
Exactly.
So you got to find that right spot. And he's perfect on that left side, the back door post.
Yeah, and he finds that ice. Unlike, it's a step here or there. It's an angle change of maybe 18 inches to 2 feet sometimes. Or it's a deflection, or it's a rebound. He's a horse. He's a big, strong man. He's 210 pounds almost. He's just a workhorse. And keep in mind, he came in as like a forechecker, as a physical, go get the puck and give it to Austin Matthews type player. And, he went to the net because that's where he was told to go and create some traffic and cause chaos. But they said, well, if I'm here, there's got to be ways to get more goals. There's got to be ways to create and be a threat. So not only am I a threat when I get it, I can score, but now you got to look over your shoulder and see, where am I? So you're going to give my line mates more time. And if you give 97 more time or you give 29 more time in Edmonton, it's bad news for the other team.
And you're predictable for your teammates. That's what he does a really good job of, right?
Yes.
His ability to be elusive, kind of find those soft areas like we spoke about, but also, to be predictable that, hey, this is that side of the ice is mine. And hang on real quick. I just want to point this out, and we'll kind of keep seeing it. The side of the ice we're talking about, that's kind of Zach Hyman's operating area. And if you really want to kind of shrink that down, the primary parts, it's probably more so right in that area, right? A little bit less. Like, that's his area, and they know that he's there. So we're going to roll this forward. First off, look at this ridiculous move here. Connor Spinorama. But that's a pause. B, you wanted to point something out here.
Yeah, so, and you can bring it back just a little bit. He is driving with McDavid, and he comes towards him because he sees this is a good gap. Right, this is a good gap with Gavrikov that has on Connor McDavid, which is what you need to do. But apparently that doesn't matter with 97 because he's going to make space.
So he's coming over because the whole point in this, in a lot of this. So if you're looking, and this is the point that I think you're making here, and I think we're on the same page. You've got three. Yes. So basically, you're talking. It's a 2-on-3.
Yep.
So when you're in that, you're outnumbered. So now you need to outnumber the opponent. So let's outnumber this guy. Let's make it now a 2-on-1. So you could have 3 against our 2, but we're going to make it 2-on-1. That's the initial reason he has. And he heads over here. So we can roll it forward.
Roll it forward. Here he comes over to help him. Oh. And then now you see, this is...
We could throw a blanket around those guys.
We put them in the blender, and now there's space. So when he sees that Connor McDavid has space, and this will be a theme, Zach Hyman is going to go to his own space. Where can I go where the defenseman has to make a decision? And we talked about this. Drew Doughty actually plays this fairly well.
Plays it really well.
He's kind of on an island now, and it all happened really fast. 1.5 seconds ago, Jim Hiller's looking at a play saying we're in good shape. Oh, no. What just happened? And a spin move happened. But he's smart enough to realize when there's time and space, he can back off, and maybe he's an option.
It's like he knows his little pocket, right? He knows that with Connor McDavid making that move and him coming in here, that all the attention is going to be moving to that area of the ice. And you can almost just see it in his brain. Zach Hyman's like, he's already putting the brakes on. You can see him kind of turning that right foot in. And he's like, hold on a second. All the attention is going to be over there. I'm going to be all alone over here. And then we roll this thing forward. So it's finding that area, and he gets 2 cracks at it, sticks with it, and buries it. But it's not just standing there. Like, if he's just standing there, this play doesn't happen.
Exactly. He has to break out, get some space and to a spot, and we'll see it here. He gets to a spot where if he does get it, he has a better chance to score. We'll break it down on this one, I believe.
Yeah, so the same thing here. You're going to go Zach Hyman. He's right here, right? He's going to kind of come in here. The first initial play is, all right, come here. But here's a little staple that we always talk about on here is defense, you want to seal each post, right? When you seal each post, now the pocket is out a little bit further. So you're going to see Hyman come in towards the traffic, and then he does the old fadeaway and backs up.
Exactly. He comes in here, and this is not a great scene for LA, but they recover a little bit. He gets himself lost in the middle of the ice a little bit, gets Victor Arvidsson to think maybe I need to help with him. As soon as he stretches out the wingers, now he brings them out a little higher, he goes right into space. He's coming down the middle. Watch where he goes as we roll this forward a little bit. He slides over a little bit. We don't see him on that right side that often, but that's where he's going to go, where he's going to have more net. On and off the stick to an open net.
So on that play, he's gone in, he's gone out, and he's gone back in. Like it's not just standing still and being a backstop around
He's trying
the
to
net.
find pockets of ice that are open, and not only that, open so when he gets it, he's got an open net. If he stays right in front of Cam Talbot, he might still score, but the chances go way down.
Here's, of the 54 this year, we see this quite often from him. And he's not the only guy in the league that does it. Brad Marchand's really good at it as well in Boston. But look how he's at the post here. And this is going to be the one. Let's just demo it real quick on the backside, because he's creating a wall. He's creating a wall right in that area. And
Am I Connor? Can I be Connor?
You want to be Connor? You can be Connor, buddy. You're always Connor. I'll be the backstop. So yeah, on this one's a backstop. But look what he's doing here is he ends up showing his. I got the other stick here, the Zach Hyman prototype here, where he's just literally getting on the post, and you can see his feet. And there's different ways. Like sometimes we see him like this. Sometimes he's in here like this with his feet. Sometimes he's stacking his feet up. But you're making a wall here, and we see players sometimes come down, and even sometimes they drop down to a knee and they get down in that area, so they got their leg on the ice because they know. Listen, I want this to come to my tape, but if it doesn't and it misses something, it's going to go off my pad and I get another shot here.
Exactly.
It's like it's a smart play.
It could hit him just get redirected a little bit, and Connor all he does is rip it, and this is a fun one to watch.
Boom.
See if I can do it.
You can do it. Look, I didn't move my stick, so it is a shovel. But we're gonna look right here. Right? Roll this thing forward, and you're gonna watch him just kind of put it there, and he's in the predictability from your teammate. He knows. Connor knows. And Connor had 64 goals last year. The goalie has to honor the shot, and you just snap it back door to Hyman. But then here's some of the other things, too. Just being smart. You're going to give me the ice. He collects it. All right, I'll come out and take a little stab at it, roll it forward. Some more opportunities. I mean, honestly, he could have had 5 or 6 goals in this game.
Yeah.
He was all over the place.
And he watches. He looks at Kopitar there and says, I got some space there. I'm going to go there. I'm going to do it again.
Yeah,
they know they're taking away the back door because this guy's a little bit dangerous as well on the backside on his off wing. And he's going to take his space. Maybe he can feather a pass there, but he had 54 goals. He didn't have 54 assists. He's going to stick to what he's good at.
And roll this one forward. He gets another opportunity. Takes a step out. Talbot ends up making a nice save on that one. But it doesn't stop there. He's also very good. Oh, the breakaway chance, too. We can't forget this one. I just want to show his various ways he could have scored in this game. But this is the passing play. B, take us through this.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
So this is like sort of the theme that he does in front of the net, where he steps, especially when he was taken from below the goal line to out in front of the net. He would always take a step and find some ice to improve his angle. Now, this is early in the game. This is the blue line. This is a danger area in a high-stress situation. I just love the poise he had here, where he kind of opens up, and he's surrounded by, I mean, there's certainly 3 LA Kings, and you could argue a 4th could come and help defensively. Watch the patience he has as Adam Henrique spreads out to open space. We can roll it forward a little bit. He kind of open pivots, backpedals, takes some time, finds a space, and it's a great finish from Adam Henrique. But he does that, and when the closer you get to the blue line, the more it's a stressful situation. He handled it with great poise.
And here's the part I want to mention, too, just because we talk about predictability. So, and this is, again, on the power play, a couple of these were. We talked about this part of the ice being Zach Hyman's domain, right? Like that area. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you haven't watched the Edmonton Oilers, this part of the ice belongs to Leon Draisaitl. Like, that's what he does.
And almost like this bottom triangle here.
Yes, he leads the National Hockey
Even
League.
out here.
He leads
Part
the
of the
National
picture,
Hockey
actually,
League
too.
in shots. Like, he prefers a shot from here.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to be in the predictable area up here. So, yes, pick your poison. Are you going to go the most dangerous player in the world has the puck? You've got the reliability of Zach Hyman on the backside being so smart. We already showed finding those pockets. But you also have might be the second best player in the world that goes into his office down here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And watch this play as we roll it forward. It's going to get bumped back. Connor McDavid's going to have it, and then Leon pops out into that area. He moves, same thing though, moves away from the traffic, right? Finds his little area.
This puck is going to be released right at the bottom of the circle, what we call the snack bar. And it's so difficult for a goalie that has to honor this shooter.
Yeah.
And you know he's going to make a play. Even if you know he's there, when you come out, it's hard to get back this way without giving up the rest of the net.
Yeah.
And it's hard to commit to such a bad angle shot that doesn't seem to be that dangerous, because if he commits there, the entirety of the net is open. He could throw a grenade into the middle here and have it just bank off somebody and go in the net. So
It's almost an impossible save.
it really is, because he's so elite at putting it where he wants to quick enough.
Yeah.
Watch this finish.
I mean, Leon just like nothing. Boom.
It's right under the bar. And I liked how he goes into the pile and then comes out. He almost lets LA get comfortable, like, oh, I'm not really a threat right now. Everything's calculated with all these guys. And we see a lot of goals from Leon down there. We see a lot of goals from Zach Hyman in and around the net. And the catalyst to all of it is 97 and what he can do, but also maybe they're Warrior sticks.
Yeah.
I don't know what the stick.
Gave you the old fluorescent one. Hey, Connor, look at me
the
back
yellow.
door with the fluorescent stick. It's orange.
How do you get open when your stick's so
Yeah,
bright?
I know, right? But here's some of the specs, if you will,
Yeah, specs.
of Zach Hyman's stick, and holding it in my hand here, it's actually a little more straight than I thought. Back by the heel, which I think gives him the reliability he needs. But man, it's fun to get the sticks in the hand. Their sticks in our hands, and we get to kind of see what they're working with. But man, what a weapon this guy's used. His
Yeah, you know what? And they all
for.
actually, in my experience with Warrior, they have stiff blades. And I'm holding Ryan O'Reilly's now. He's obviously gave me a lot of fits on faceoffs. That puck strength around, in and around the net, or in battles like that, you see with the one-timer with Leon, it's impressive.
All right. Well, we'll keep bringing you some of this, and we got
Handsome.
these flashy gloves. Nice little bling on them too. So we'll be hitting
love
these
the
up
bling.
as these playoffs go along. So, anyways, coming up, the Avalanche and Jets played a wild one in Game 1 of their playoff series. How can Colorado bounce back? We bring in Mark Rycroft to tell us when NHL Now comes back.
Still got it.
Breakthrough is presented by Warrior, equipment that can keep up when the intensity heats up.